students, for today's lesson we are going to do the Lego bottom. So this is what it's going to look like. We're going to cut this out. We're going to put in these little circles and then we're going to extrude these larger circles out. So you should have already completed Lego part 1, the top. In order to do the bottom, you must have the top completed because we are going to constrain based off of these upper nubs to put in the proper nubs and the spacing and the circles underneath. So go ahead into Inventor, pull up your Lego part 1 top so that we can go ahead and get started and do our Lego bottom. Alright, so we're going to start with the bottom. And then we're going to start with a 2D sketch. And then we are going to use our rectangle tool. Doesn't matter where you put it because we are going to go ahead and we're going to dimension this. Go up to dimension. And then we are going to dimension from this line to our outer line. And we want to dimension that 1.5. And we're going to do that all the way around. Right, once you have that, your brick should look like this. We're going to go over to 3D model now, and we are going to extrude it. So we're going to cut out this center part here, make sure that we click on it and we choose it. We're going to flip, because we want to cut it out on the inside. We want it at 7.5. Click OK. And your bottom of your Lego should look like this. Alright, so we're going to move on here and we are going to begin putting in our circles. Okay, so now we're going to click on 2D sketch and we're going to click that inside that we just cut out. We're going to use a new tool. Our new tool is Project Geometry, which is up here under your Sketch tab. Click on that. This is why it is very important that you have the top part completed because you are going to constrain with those circles. So just kind of move around until you find them. When you do, click. And then it'll turn yellow. Again, you just got to kind of click around until we find it. There's the other one. And there we've got the top row. Then we'll go ahead and click across the bottom. Now we can see what is going on the top. We can now see it on the bottom. Okay, so now we're going to go up. We're going to click our circle tool. We're going to put our circle inside of here. Make sure you keep them in here in between your other circles that you have. We are going to make sure that they are centered. So it doesn't matter really where you have them, but we're going to fix that and make sure that they're equal all the way around. Alright, so make sure you hit escape, and this is what you should have. So now we're going to come up here under the constrain. It's like this circle. It is called the tangent. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on that. And we're actually going to match up our circles to the other circles. That's how we're going to make sure that they are aligned properly and they are in the correct spot. So as you do that, you see how it moves over and it joins up, and then it becomes even all the way around. All right, and then this is what it should look like once you have completed using your tangent tool under constrain. Okay, make sure that you turn off your constrain tool. We are done working with that. And now we're going to come over to circle. Now we need to put our circle inside of the circles that we just made. So you can go ahead and turn your dot green. We're going to pull this out and we are going to go 5. Hit enter and then go and do it for the other 2. All right, hit escape, and we have got the bottom of our Lego brick starting to take shape. Okay, so the next part, we're going to extrude. We're going to extrude this center part here between our circle that we just made and then the circle that we constrained to our other little circle. So we want this inner circle here because we're going to extrude that out. Take your time. It's going to take a little bit of work to make sure that you select only this inside piece. It's going to turn, I believe, like a sage green. So let's see what happens. So again, there it goes. Like I said, just take your time, hover over there until you get just what you need for it to turn. All right, so there's my 3. I chose all 3. We are going to actually bring that outward because if you think about the Lego brick, it comes outward so that it snaps onto other pieces. We're going to bring that out 7.5 because we took it in 7.5, so we want it to be flush with our bottom, so we're going to extrude outward 7.5. Click OK. And we now have that bottom section to where it can now snap onto other Lego bricks. All right, so the next part is we're going to put in these little circles all the way across. So you see these little circles here? We're going to put those in next. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to do 2D sketch. We're going to click on this inside here, and we're going to go back and do exactly what we just did when we needed to get these circles here. We're going to go back to our project geometry. And then we're going, again, to look for those circles, and we're going to bring them back. So hover around to find where those circles are. So that we can put in those smaller circles. All right, and then once you have that done, go ahead and hit escape. And now we can put in those smaller circles. All right, so we'll go up to our circle tool, match it up to where it turns green, and we're going to come out 1.5. All right, then go ahead and hit escape. We're going to go over to 3D model, and we're going to extrude this. We're not going to come out, we're going to go in. We just want it to go in just a little bit. So we're going to go in 1.5. When you have that, click OK. And then you see we just have this tiny little impression. So now what we're going to do, just like we did on the top with our nubs, we are going to duplicate this all the way across and then down. Alright, so we will need to use our rectangular pattern tool, choose our little circle that we just made, select our direction 1 red arrow, and we're going to choose this inside line that we just made. You see our arrow going to the right. So we want to replicate that 4 times across, and we see that it's on the outside of our brick. So we need to change that from 10 millimeters to 8 to make sure that it's on the inside. Now we want to do direction 2, and we're going to use this line here. So you see that it's flipped upward. We don't want it up, we want it down. So let's make sure that we flip it so that it is on the inside. So this is only going to be 2 here because we're on the second row. And then we are going to change the 10 millimeters to 8. Click OK, and now you have your circles on the bottom of your brick. And the final part, to complete our Lego, we need to change the color. You can either do it the same as the top, or if you want to get creative and do a different color, that's perfectly fine. I'm going to use the same color. So we are going to go over under Tools. We're going to go to Appearance, and then we are going, there's my color, it's already there. So all you have to do is highlight on the outside, choose your color, give it a moment to do its work, and then the inside will turn the color that you have chosen. So there you go. There is your bottom brick completed. There's the bottom, and there's the top.